What life advice can just fuck off? Live like every day was your last. You all know what people do when they learn they have a single day left to live. I did that as a teenager and ended up homeless and addicted to heroin. Didn't pan out for me too well. 19 years sober though today. I think live every day like it could be your last is more on point, because it's true, but it also takes into account that it most likely won't be your last. You need to find time every single day to make that day worth living on its own merits, with the assumption that you probably have a future to look out for as well. Do what you love and money will follow. I love walking my dogs and grilling food for my friends, but that shit doesn't pay the bills as well as my engineering degree. Do what you love for a living, and within a month you'll absolutely hate it. Parents brought me up with never make your hobby your job. I love to cook. Worked as a banquet chef for small groups. I got to make whatever I wanted for them. They loved it. When I got home, I couldn't even stand to make box mac and cheese. I will never make that mistake again. Almost anything relating to what age you must be in order to buy a house, have children, marry, have a profession, or do anything else. Seriously, everyone's life is different from everyone else's. Make your life the way you want it to be, if you so desire, up to you. I tried following that blueprint for life everyone I know else seems to follow and hated it. Stopped short of having kids, thankfully. Fuck the status quo. 30 single with no kids and don't plan on changing any of that soon. I do my own shit my own way and fuck anyone who says otherwise, within the boundaries of the law of course. Stick it out, whether that's shitty jobs, shitty relationships, shitty living situations. By all means don't just give up on things when you face challenges, but if something feels wrong or is wrecking your peace, then take some control and change it if you can. Yes, I mean, sure, everything is hard at first, so sometimes it does take a while before you get the hang of it, absolutely, but after you give it a fair shot and it still sucks and is making you miserable, move on. You're done. 2 years of my life wasted at the worst job with the worst pay in the most toxic environment that was a horrible fit for my skill set. Told them I'd be stepping down in a couple months this week. Feels amazing. For some reason people in my life don't see it that way. Good for you! Exclamation point. Sounds better than me. I had a shitty job for 5 years until the last nail in the coffin. 2 panic attacks in 1 day. Oof. Sleep when you're dead. Cool, but you're going to be dead a lot sooner. So in a way, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Any and all financial advice coming from old money families. Except for one sound piece of advice. Be born rich af. I will make an exception for that. Also job hunting advice from boomers. My dad used to buy the local paper to help me in my job hunter until I told him to actually look at the job section. He stopped after that. I looked at my newspaper's job section 1 week and it seemed like the only jobs I saw were maid, driver, accountant, fluent Japanese speaker with an MBA in business. You're not depressed. Just change your state of mind and think happy thoughts. My mother. When I told my mom I was stressed, she said, "Why are you stressed? The year is almost over, so don't be. You're okay. You're stressed? There's no reason to be. You're just lazy." My mother at me from when I was 15-17 years old. You're depressed? Just don't. Work while they sleep, study while they party. That's not a recipe for success. That's a recipe for a lot of white hairs, burnout syndrome and a stroke before your 40s. Also no social network, no friends, no future business contacts, no support group. I got better at my career when I set boundaries and made time to sleep and party. More importantly, after spending a few years working while they sleep, I realized there is more to life than working. Your hard work will pay off in the end. All it ever did was making me exhausted. Please learn to say no when you need to. Edit, spelling mistakes, and tie for my very first award. Like Linkin Park said, in the end it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. Oh no, your hard work does matter. Work hard enough, and your boss may be able to take a 3rd vacation next year. Not to disown toxic family members. Screw that. If someone makes your life miserable, blood related or not, dump them. Toxic is toxic. I was done with half of my family a couple of years ago because they are toxic. I completely ghosted them after my mother died. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Trust me, it is worth your sanity. It's been 6 years since I last spoke with my mother, and it was perhaps the best decision I've ever made. People have it so much worse than you, so don't be sad. To that I like to say, people have it so much better than you, so don't be happy. If there's a will, there's a way. Nope, sometimes you can do everything right, work your hardest, and it still goes all wrong and doesn't work out. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness, that is life. Captain Picard. I tried so hard and got so far. Everything happens for a reason. Everything we can observe may have a cause, but that doesn't mean that it was anticipated and guided intentionally. The universe is under no obligation to be emotionally satisfying to anyone. Just be yourself. I was myself yesterday. I want to be a better version of myself tomorrow. Be the best version of yourself is the version I like, along with act like the person you want to be would act. Exactly. It's crazy how much better my day can become when I act like the person I'd like to be. Coworkers act happy and friendly. Because I act happy and friendly towards them, a problem will be calmly solved. Because I act like someone who can calmly solve it. It's almost scary how much my actions affect other people, and how much their reactions affect me. Suck it up and be a man. I always hate hearing that when I can barely stand up straight because of my lower back. I'll explicitly add to this: real men don't cry, and its corollary. Real men don't show their emotions. Just toxic. I'm not a man and I agree with this. What are they telling our sons, fathers, husbands, friends, brothers, etc.? Not to care or show empathy, not to follow interests that bring them happiness, to be unnecessarily aggressive and violent. Are you a man? Yes? Then that's it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You need to move on. Less than a year after my wife passed, and I'd heard this so many times, even from my GP. No, fuck off, I'll decide when that happens. I can still be sad about pets I lost years ago. I can't even imagine how heartbreaking it would be to lose a spouse like that. Money can't buy happiness. I mean, I don't need 37 cars and a yacht down in Boca Raton. But geez, just being able to pay my rent and get groceries would be lovely. I know money ain't buy happiness, but I'd rather do my crying in a Corvette. Voice Dar 5'9". Be the bigger person. There comes a time when you just have to come down from Mount Olympus and drag your motherfucker straight into the depths of fucking Tartarus. I think this one, like some of the others in this thread, has had its meaning skewed from what it should be. You can still be the bigger person without just dismissing whatever problems arise. It should be about having an appropriate response, not having no response whatsoever. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. PTSD is a thing, guys, as are crippling injuries. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Reddit videos.